Oh man, looks like we're not out of the woods yet and the Fed still wants to crash the market. According to this article on Yahoo Finance, Fed's Powell believes inflation is still too high, he said in his speech.
Given the uncertainties and risks, and given how far we've come, the committee is proceeding carefully. We will make decisions about the extent of additional policy firming and how long policy will remain restrictive based on the totality of the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks.
And this has the S&P 500 totally dumping today. But if this is so bearish for the market, then why is cryptocurrency actually on the rise? We've got Bitcoin up 10% in the past 7 days, and look at Solana, it's up 22.5% in the past 7 days at the time of recording. Well, I think it might be because it looks like the economy is going in a crapper, and just like Larry Fink said, Bitcoin is basically digital gold and it might be a flight to safety. There's not really any apparent bullish catalyst for the traditional markets, and the Fed does seem like they might actually continue tightening and raising interest rates, which is absolutely nuts. But for cryptocurrency, it's nothing but good news after good news. Here we have an article that says Patrick McHenry might actually become the House Speaker, and if you've been paying any attention to any of the House crypto committees or anything like that, he's the guy that's bullish on cryptocurrency who wears a bow tie. A lot of Republicans have actually been switching their votes from Jim Jordan to Patrick McHenry, and it looks like he might actually be the House Speaker if Jim Jordan doesn't actually get pushed through after he continues to lose these House Speaker votes. Additionally, we're just marching closer and closer to one of these Bitcoin spot ETFs finally being approved. Here we have an article by Watcher Guru that says Grayscale has submitted a new spot Bitcoin ETF application to the SEC. And as you know, the SEC just decided not to appeal the decision on the GBTC ruling, and they should be able to convert it into a spot ETF here pretty soon. It says the latest application comes after the crypto asset manager won the lawsuit against the SEC in September. In turn, the agency was required to re-examine its rejection of the spot Bitcoin ETF. And the company also expressed its commitment to continue working with regulators on the ETF approval. Like I was saying in one of my previous videos, I thought that since they actually won that lawsuit, it should basically have been automatically turned into a spot ETF, but I guess they had to file another application, and hopefully that's going to be approved here pretty soon, hopefully by the end of the year. According to this article on the Daily Hodl, billionaire Mike Novogratz predicts that a Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved before 2024. In other words, he thinks it's going to happen by the end of the year like I do. He says Gary Gensler is feeling the pressure, and hopefully Gary Gensler is going to be abandoning Elizabeth Warren because she's obviously not looking good for the future of his career. And maybe as the pressure continues to mount, he'll actually decide that cryptocurrency is the future like he used to say back in MIT. But either way, I think he's running out of options, and if he doesn't actually approve one of these things pretty soon, he's probably going to get ousted. Gary Gensler did recently come out and say that he is reviewing around 10 ETFs for Bitcoin spot ETFs, obviously. And with the SEC just now coming out and dropping charges against the Ripple CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chairman Chris Larson, it looks like maybe Gary Gensler is finally starting to realize that this is a war he can't win. And a lot of people are speculating that this is going to cause him to actually have to approve all 10 of these ETFs all at the same time, which if the recent spike that we saw after the failed news that the GBTC spot ETF was actually being approved is any indicator, then we're probably going to be seeing an explosion to the upside that actually might lead us to all-time highs by the end of the year. A couple weeks ago, we did have news that the second deadlines were going to be delayed and he was going to be pushing out the decision until the third deadlines, which does mean that we might not get these ETFs until about the 15th of January of next year. But these are just a deadline and these aren't actually a decision date that he has to make the decision on, and we could be seeing this approval coming in at any moment. And finally, according to the Bitcoin Maxis, apparently Bitcoin is now reaching a new era. As according to this article on Bitcoin Magazine, the Lightning Labs has finally rolled out its Taproot Assets mainnet alpha. It says, simply put, Taproot Assets uses Bitcoin's technology to handle, create, and delve into stablecoins and other assets. Think of it as a modern financial tool backed by Bitcoin's known security and decentralized features. The current version, Taproot Assets V0.3, enables developers to transform Bitcoin into a network that can support various assets, all while maintaining its foundational principles. The main aim here is to evolve Bitcoin. It's not just about being a cryptocurrency anymore, it's about making it a global network for digital money transactions. A few months back, we saw a BIP update to Bitcoin's source code, and it did introduce BRC20 tokens, which are basically DeFi for Bitcoin. And I think this is just a new evolution of that, which is going to be seeing stable coins and all kinds of other DeFi things being added to the Bitcoin blockchain. And this could make it more competitive to other projects like Ethereum. But most importantly, this could be one of the narratives that pushes us into the next bull market. Also, this could make the transaction volume on Bitcoin actually reach a level to which the 4-year cycles might not actually work anymore, and we might enter the biggest bull run, and we might not ever see any more bear markets like we've seen in the past, because Bitcoin will have reached mainstream adoption. And if you didn't actually know, Bitcoin's halving cycle was actually only supposed to be enough incentive to bring people into the project and make it profitable for miners to actually verify transactions on the network, because the transaction rewards wouldn't be enough to incentivize them to maintain the network to begin with. However, this is going to change eventually, because whenever the rewards for the transactions that they're actually settling become more than the rewards for the block that they're actually solving, I think at that point, the 4-year halving cycle isn't going to be what pushes the market anymore. It's actually going to just be transaction volume and how much people are on the network. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are we reaching a point like that soon when Bitcoin is actually going to reach mainstream adoption, and whenever the transaction fees are actually going to surpass the block rewards? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget I've got new videos almost every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, I've got early access on X, and if you want to support the channel, there's gear over at onlygoodcrypto.com. And if you want to chat with the community or get real-time updates on the market, you can do that only in the Only Good Discord server. There's links down to the description to everything. Don't forget to hit the like, follow, and subscribe buttons, and most importantly, don't forget to have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.